Okay, let me just clarify that in my last video, I know I'm looking real busted, but I mean, I feel like I look good without makeup, but the way that I was recording in that angle just wasn't right. It was just not right. I mean, if you know me and you see me in person, you know I look good. But I mean, sometimes the camera just doesn't serve justice. Like, I've seen some beautiful girls in person, but then I see them on camera and I'm like, that's me. Nah. But yeah, this is the makeup look that I did. I put everything in the description in the last video. I'm doing like a double upload today because I'm in a freaking great mood. So I was like, why the F not? So yeah, like, But I'm Chocolate Thunder, aka Renee, aka Daria, aka Bay, aka your favorite chocolate, aka whatever you want to call it. Just, you know, I'm over here about to do this communication video. And please subscribe. Please follow me on Instagram, Renee192. Snapchat, Renee. I'm going to put that in the description because honestly, I forgot my Snap. It's been such a long time since I said that. But yeah, I think I'm just going to hold the camera today because I don't feel like setting it down. I just feel like this can be like a thing. I just talk to you guys. But anyway, enough of the talking. I'm going to get straight into the video. Here we go. So, excuse me. I'm going to be playing this music in the background because like I'm still kind of getting used to editing, and I feel like I'm not very good at it yet. I mean, I'm okay, but I need to find like a good editing tool or something, you know, so that I cannot have to play music from the laptop to play in the background. So yeah, but anyway, so today we're going to talk about communication. Communication, I feel like, is very, very important in friendships and relationships. It's just something that I feel like we're lacking nowadays. I feel like a lot of relationships and friendships go to an end because people don't talk. They don't communicate their feelings. They just let things go, and not in a good way. Not like, I'm just going to let it go and I'm going to move on. Like, no, they let it go and they don't even try. But I really feel like if they would have stayed back and communicated, it would have been a lot better. And you know, there's nothing wrong with letting things go if that's what you want to do. But I just feel like don't give up until you just gave it your all. You know what I'm saying? Like, communicate with your partner and tell them like what you struggle with and your fears and what you're vulnerable about, like all of that stuff, you know, like your past, everything. That's why communication is important, because when you talk to someone, you find out so much about them that's like, wow, I wouldn't even get this off of a photo. I wouldn't get this off of just, you know, seeing you one time in person. When you talk, it really opens doors to things that you never thought you could have with that person, you know? And I just feel like people should really talk more. People should really just communicate their feelings, communicate how they handle things in relationships, communicate their past, communicate their fears, communicate, I think I already said fears, but they just really should communicate. If you don't communicate with your partner, what do you think is going to happen? Well, I'm sorry, I was waiting for you to answer. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, what do you think is going to happen? I really highly doubt that your relationship will last if you don't communicate. It's like going to a party and they expect you to socialize, but you don't. They're going to not think you're the life of the party. I'm not saying you always have to be the life of the party, but I mean, when you go to a party, the whole point is to have a good time, right? Well, in your relationship, I'm sure you want to have a good time too. That is your partner. That is someone you're going to spend the rest of your life with. I mean, that's why I get with people, because if I get with you, I plan on being with you for a long time, and I hope it's forever. So, you know, I don't want to just not talk to you about things. Me, personally, I'm gonna speak my mind and tell you how I feel. I've never been shy about that. But, you know, not everyone thinks like me. It's not easy for everyone to just communicate and talk and let people know like what's going on and stuff, you know? And I just feel like the moment that you finally realize that, wow, if I would have just spoke what was on my mind the first time, excuse me, and don't just speak your mind. Speak your mind in a nice way, in a loving way. Like, this is your partner, for God's sake. Like, don't sit here and think just because you speak your mind that you're right and, you know, you could just say whatever you want. That person that you're speaking to has feelings. So you need to speak to them in a manner that you would want someone to speak to your mom, how you would want someone to speak to your daughter or your son. You know, like, communication doesn't always have to be bashing each other and like, well, I'm going to prove my point, so that's all that matters. It's not even about proving points, yo. It's about trust, commitment, love. You know, you can be nice to your partner. It's about the little things that you do to show them you care. But if you don't communicate, it's just not going to get you far. I'm sorry, but I've seen way too many relationships go down because they don't talk. Like, oh, how's he feeling today? Well, I don't know. He won't tell me. Well, did you ask? Did you try talking about it? Did you express yourself? You know, like, talking goes a long way. I cannot stress this enough. When you don't talk. And I feel like now at this point I'm being kind of repetitive, but it's like, come on, guys. Like, even in friendships, you have to communicate with your friend and tell them how you feel, because they're not going to know exactly how you freaking feel. They can't read your mind. I can't read my partner's mind, and I know he can't read mine, or she, or whoever you're dating, you know? And I just feel like, like I said, the moment that you guys finally learn how to communicate and you know what works for that person, just keep in mind how they are, you know? Like, some people are sensitive, so if you're dealing with a sensitive person like me, just be careful how you word things. Be careful how you say things. Be careful how you deliver. You can't just always bluntly be like, blah, 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 blah. Well, I feel this way and you're not listening. It's like, well, maybe that person doesn't want to listen because of the way that you're communicating with them. You know? I have my fair share of being a little mean sometimes because I'll say something and I'm like, well, it's my way, so. But it doesn't need to be like that. You could literally save a whole friendship and relationship by just communicating the right way. Be nice to others, and just don't forget to just express yourself and express your feelings and talk, you know? Communication is something that it's dying. It's something that's dying in our generation with everyone, you know? But I just really hope that my points of view really helped. I really think that the biggest part of communication is just fighting that fear of what you think they're going to think about what you say, you know? Like, don't think about that part too much. Just go for it. Do it. Talk. Communicate. Say how you feel in a nice way. You know, don't hurt people's feelings. 2019. Just be yourself, and I really feel like that's really going to get you in the long run. Just be yourself, be nice, communicate, talk, share your feelings, be nice, and I feel like you'll be good. If you don't communicate though and you keep stuff bottled up, it's not going to get you anywhere. You're not going to, they're not going to understand. If you're over here throwing tantrums and having attitudes and going crazy and doing stuff that you want to do and, not thinking about your partner, it's not going to last. And I'm sorry to say, but it's 2019, guys. We have to do better by each other, We can't just be sitting here doing whatever we want and hurting other people in the process. If you're not about someone, communicate that. If you love someone, communicate that. If you want more trust out of that person, communicate that. If you feel like you can't trust someone, communicate that. Don't hold it in. Let them know how you feel, okay? Sit them down in a nice manner and express your feelings. Now, if that person is a jerk to you after you've nicely said your points and everything, then it's not you. Maybe it's them, and maybe you need to ask them if they're ready for that relationship or friendship, So I really hope this was helpful. Please subscribe, like, share, comment down below some tips on how I could communicate with you guys better. See what I did there? Okay. But anyway, that's it for this video. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.